G'day traders or holders. My name is Sam, from Trade to Prosper. Today is Friday, 12:30 or 1 o'clock a.m. for me. And it's going as I suspected, which is a bearish formation. If you looked at my last um, video or video post on Bitcoin, we talked about this top trend line and it was going to be difficult. I did not explain how I got that and why it makes sense, and you can see the channel. The channel makes sense, and this especially with the moving averages along with the middle of the channel, which is about the 50% Fibonacci, along with other levels, it makes sense. So that was a strong point, and similarly, this seems to be resistance. So you can say this is a long-term resistance trend line that's going to be. So what it's likely to do at this point, this is bearish, definitely bearish. We've gone down and it's unlikely to find strength. It's a bearish candle. This is a 5-day candle, and also we've got the SP 500 also looking bearish. So if we go to the SP 500 on the 4 hour, that's a big rejection as well. So onto this moving average or this trend line, and it's a strong move. It's undone a lot of work. So the SP 500 is likely to go bearish as well. So back to our Bitcoin chart. If we look on the Fibonacci, the move, our RSI on the 5-day, we got our wave trend signals. They tend to be a reversal signal. We've had our key level on the 5-day, and this is what I was looking at. I thought there might be a chance to go up and down, so I thought there might be a bounce, and not the case. So we are losing that level, significant level, and we have to turn bearish. We need to go to be playing it safe. And so let's look at this and what's this likely to be. Um, there is a bit of a curve, but on the RSI, but the RSI is not reliable. So you can see how I use the RSI to my advantage. And if we look at it from this perspective, previous tops, well, I think I talked about this before, a clear level. Once we drop that level, you can see from this perspective, the RSI, we pretty much dropped. And then it came all the way down. And this was a double top, bearish divergence. And so when we lost this level, you can see bearish candle all the way down. And similarly, we lost this level. So if we were to say that is a case there, you can see that bearish candle. And it tried to get back up and it didn't. So this is likely to head down. How much? And that's the question. This is where it's going to become difficult because there's so many models, so many scenarios that we can play out. I did talk about this scenario, that this is wave 5, ABC, or wave 5 up, and now we're having a correction. Now, if this is a wave ABC correction in a bear market, and I'm afraid, and what we talked about, we can see potentially wave 5 down, and would make so the bottom of this channel could be this is a real bearish scenario, right? So just looking from another wave trend, that this could be really risky. That's not many people talk about this, but that's one of the cases. The other case is that this is a wave 5 and we have an ABC correction, and no one's going to tell you how it's going to turn out. So this could be A, B, and a C, and a small correction. And so I'm looking at this 21 weekly moving average to be our strong support. And frankly, we just need to watch what it states. But if you look at my previous video, This is a swing failure structure, and it's likely to come down. I would expect a bounce. Now, if this is a head and shoulders, let's just get closer and look at it this way. We still might expect a bounce from here, right? So, but it's bearish. The fact that it didn't do a lower high, so this is our low. We want a lower high to even give it a chance to, not even there, it's probably here to short down, but that didn't happen either. I'll be looking for, if there's a bounce here, either from there or from there, looking for a short, and that will give us our left shoulder a complex head and the right shoulder, which will be smaller, so that we might just get about there and then further down. Now, this 21 weekly moving average is one of those targets. If you look at from this perspective, high to low, that's our Fibonacci 1.414 to 1.618 is there along with that, so that could be a bounce. But you can see the dilemma. We're going to get resistance. If we get a strong move, if we get above it, then we expect another attempt. But we'll see that. That is the bullish scenario. I'll be looking to find the trade there. If it just goes through it, because if this drops hard, then the head and shoulders plays out, and we just do that. And you can see where it's going to about 24k, 23, 24k. So this reminds me of a long time ago, this head and shoulders structure. If we go back to Bitcoin some time back, it's reminiscent of this here. Where is it? This stage. It reminds me of this. So you look at this structure here. It is very similar, right? But this one was actually on an angle, I think. Let's see. Yeah, that was more of an angle, head and shoulders. And so if we look at that, head and shoulders, you can see the way it played out. It comes down to, guess what? The 50 weekly moving average. This is the 21. So it actually hits the 50 weekly moving average, and then it does a bunch. And then we got the COVID capitulation, the black swan event. So then I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. You know, if the crypto stock market capitulates, then guess what? Another black swan event far out. That would be surprising, wouldn't it? Unexpected. But this is the scenario that I've been looking at. So this was a bottoming structure. So we had a previous high come down, and so we had this massive run, pull back, ABC correction. So this was definitely the bottom, and this we did not have this. So this is our sigma move. So this is our 1, 2, 3, and three, and then we had a B, and C. Now, if we look at that scenario, I'm still looking at this, and I think this is where it's likely to come. And then, ideally, back then we should get a support there, or even further down. But the capitulation was just unexpected. So if we look at that as a model, we can say that this is our 1, this is our 2, and this is our 3. All right. Now, if that's the case, we're going to have A, B, C. So A, B, potentially C. And again, that will make sense. So here, we have a double bottom, Wyckoff, and then if it doesn't break above it, then we're going to have this big pull down. That is another scenario. And the problem is, it doesn't matter what I say. It's just all speculation, but you've got to be ready for it. Got to be ready for it, because if you look at the SP 500, that is looking bearish. We thought there might be, actually, that is a bit of a double top. You can say that's a bit of a double top, and this drop is just telling us that the shorts are coming in. So this is going to, and if we break that level, guys, we could start going really bad. So double tops played out. Damn it! I thought it'll give another go. So let's have a look at this. Where are we? Let's pause this. So when we look at this, it's actually a bit odd, but I would say that it's still a double top. And if we were to add our RSI into there, that'll be interesting. Why am I looking at this 500? Because there's a correlation with the markets. So that is not looking good. We had a double top on the RSI, pretty much. Sort of confluent. And yeah, this is not looking good at all. That was a strong rejection, guys. And this is the 4 hour. Okay. Still, that's the moving averages. We have this trend line that probably could make a difference. Um, it needs to hold above it. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. Still not done yet. We could still go sideways a fair bit, but it's not looking positive. Now back to Bitcoin. Here's another indicator. Here's our RSI. That trend line has dropped, and then a rejection. Now we've got the Williams alligator on the daily. Let's look at it on the daily chart. It does help. You can see daily on my RSI. Get rid of that. See that formation, see how it breaks down. So that complements that. In the past, if you look at this alligator indicator, when it crosses over here, we had it where where the green goes to the bottom and the blue goes to the top, it's bearish. We had it here, but this is a downtrend, so that's expected to go sideways, and then we get that crossover again, and then everything goes bearish again. Crossover, bearish again, crossover, bearish again, and guess what? We're getting the crossover. So it could still go sideways, but this structure, as I said in the past, there's a number of, you can look at a head and shoulders, or you can look at a swing failure pattern, and this could also go to come down. So that is a target there based on the Fibonacci. So if we did our Fibonacci, the 0.382 is likely, and you can see the measured length. And then we've got this moving average that is significant, which is the 21 weekly moving average. There we go. So the alligator tells us, Williams alligator, this RSI tells us that we're going down, and the MACD and was the Phoenix on the daily. So there is no bullish terms, and you can see all red bar. It's a fair bit of a drop now. I've got a few shorts going in. I didn't enter as well as I wanted to, but anyway, I took my chances. So this hopefully, I'm hoping that there might be a support here and another attempt, but I'm going to keep my shorts closed and see how it comes. But it's not looking good at all. And Ethereum. So let's look at Ethereum. Actually, the total market cap. Total market cap. So this is the alts. And the alts, let's have a closer look. This is the daily. Okay. So we've got support there based on this 50% level. There we go. But the trend line, can we use it? No, not. Yeah, maybe. That's the alt season, and I think it's likely to come to this level here, previous support, and then maybe a bounce. So it'll be interesting to see if it can hold this. Then we've got higher lows, but there's not much confidence in there. So let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum chart. Key levels, neckline. So when price came up, it found resistance at buying climax, and then when it came, it found this as support. Obviously, this level is support as well. So that this is another. We've got two necklines, one there, one there. So this neckline, the weekly level, that's where it's headed down to, and the moving averages. If it goes through it, I expect this level, and then a bounce. But we can see that this trend line is another inverted bar setup. So something like that we are looking for. Where these merging moving averages, maybe here, another attempt. But this could be a head and shoulders as well, guys. And the alts probably are going to get bashed. There's a lot of negativity looking at these charts, and here we've got a Fibonacci that might come in handy. So that is key level now, but it's not positive, is it? And that's the real bottom. So we've got liquidity. So there was a lot of liquidity up here. We thought we might get another shot, but didn't. There was some liquidity there as well, and we thought we'll get that last move and get that and come back down. So that's still on the table. There's a lot of liquidity up there, and anyway, we might just do that. But this it's still not dead yet. So the bulls might still let it drop a bit more before they come in, or the whales. But you can see my Fibonacci key levels. That trend line has been broken. This is the last one, and if we drop that, then this will be the right. This is not the right shoulder. This is a double top here, by the way. So I'm expecting a right shoulder or something, because I see this as a complex head, and then this right shoulder of some sort. So I still expect a bounce. Would I go long? No. I'm just looking for a short entry, and then because on the weekly, if you look on the weekly, it is. So that is our weekly level, and we need to close above it for the trend to be still there. But the fact that it's matched it, that is our weekly level here actually in the past. So we need to see this weekly candle close. We've got a few days now. Time will tell, but definitely when you look at the indicators, they're not positive. So stochastic, there we go, crossover there. The Phoenix is still not negative yet. Not all of them are below, so it's still a bit of a chance. Let's look at this, and it didn't come up. MACD, actually, what am I doing? We need to minimize that. Let's look at others. The MACD is coming down, so it's still not bad. If it crosses over, that's the problem. So, but that's a delayed one, and let's see this one. Oh, there you go, the RSI. If we cross on that moving average of the RSI, then that's confirmation, guys. So the weekly needs to hold. So it really depends on that candle. I'm still bearish until proven, but this week will pretty much tell us. Not there yet. So we still have support. We can still get a bounce, but the bulls really need to come in at the moment. So that's the weekly. Let's look on the 5-day. Let's see what it looks like. So the 5-day is already dropped below the average, and the 5-day candle is closed below those. So things are looking a bit bearish. Here we're still not there yet, but we can see the momentum is below, not above. But these RSIs are all coming down. We've got the crossover. There's a whole bunch of them coming down, and this Phoenix indicator is pretty reliable. This is looking like a double top, and yeah, it's not looking good, is it? There you go, crossover rejection there. So the 5 days showing us bearishness and downward trend. I'm going to leave it at that, guys. So that is our main chart, and if we add our pitchfork, you can see from that, let's see, let's just get rid of this. Oh, bugger. We'll get a mild pullback or a deep pullback, but this trend line is the main one. Until we break the trend line, it's not changing trend. And we can pretty much say that wherever it is, let's just do this. So if we put the half there, could be that could still be it. That's a pivot. And let's have a close look if that channel makes any sense. It does actually. The middle of the channel was not bad, is it? The middle of the channel makes sense as well, up to a point. Let's just fix this up a bit. Also, I won't use that. That makes sense. 50%. Support, support, support long, and when we drop that, it's down. So, again, bottom of this channel, potentially, maybe it's a channel, and then we need to see support. This might be a good level, and then bounce. We got our Fibonacci as well of the channel. So we've got our channel lines, and you can see those channels have resistance and support. Many ways of looking at it, but it looks like a head and shoulders type of thing, type of structure. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there, guys. Hopefully it gives you some ideas, but I am bearish at the moment. Cheers.